You won't believe it. I just ran into my ex-girlfriend Annie at the coffee shop. But he couldn't help but sprint down the stairs, and what greeted him was a shocking sight. The bustling city had turned into a sleepy little town, and his Ferrari. Instead, a decrepit van awaited him. Panic surged as he sprinted to NYC, reaching his building. The doorman blocked his way, shrugged, and said, "You can't just walk in here." Jack couldn't believe it was the same funning doorman from yesterday. Just at that moment, a neighbor happened to pass by, and the woman gave him a look full of disgust, saying, "Are you in the wrong place? This isn't a movie set, is it? I've seen you in this building, got you on camera twice. Now I'm going upstairs, so you better scram." "No, this doesn't feel right," Jack hesitated before unleashing a tirade of curses at them. He then sped off to his company, but guess what? Denied again. The receptionist treated him like a total stranger. Talk about a cold welcome. To prove himself, he pointed angrily at the management list, finding his subordinate as CEO. Jack was stunned. He couldn't believe it. His world had flipped upside down overnight, almost getting run over by a fancy car in the process. Subtitles, he saw it was his Ferrari, with last night's guy inside. Jack, desperate, jumped in. But just as he hoped the guy would reveal the punchline, he coldly replied, "That's your mess." But Jack couldn't fathom how this guy had pulled off such a magic act of identity theft. He was pleading non-stop to return to his old life. The guy rattled off a bunch of gibberish, then told him to hop out with a stomp of the brakes, handing Jack a red bag containing a regular old bicycle belt. "Will you even call me?" "Now you got to get going," he said, while Jack could only watch the van driving off, resigning to his fate. He drove back to the town, but in his rushed morning exit, he realized he had no idea how to get back. Panicked, he thought about asking a stranger for directions, only to be met with, "Jack, there you are. Who's this with you? Where have you been?" The guy pulled Jack into his home, and when he saw the photos on the wall, he realized they were best buddies. His friend gazed at Jack's youthful face, assuming he'd had a spat with Annie. "Isn't that Kate? Look at us. We're like each other's stars." His friend shook his head, refusing to believe Jack had any fights with Annie. They were the town's golden couple. In everyone's eyes, Jack was the envy of all beautiful wife, 2 adorable kids, and a mansion fit for royalty. He was at the pinnacle of life, but he just couldn't grasp his friend's idea of satisfaction while he tumbled down from paradise. Jack tentatively entered this new world, and the moment he stepped inside, Annie rushed over for a hug. She anxiously exclaimed, "Where have you been? I've been searching for you all day. I almost called the cops." Jack stammered about how he wasn't married or had kids, and this wasn't his home, even pulling out the bell the guy had given him, hoping it would wake him from this. Just then, his daughter rolled up on her bike, thinking this was her Christmas gift from her dad. Annie wasn't filing for divorce. She just reminded Jack they had a New Year's party tonight. Jack, resigned, accepted reality, but the contrast made him frown. His closet held only plain uniforms. While in deep thought, his daughter approached and stared at him, but Jack's unfamiliar gaze sent her running off in fear. At the evening party, Jack opted for some comfy loungewear, and a young lady eagerly helped him out of his coat. She seemed to like Jack, but he was totally uninterested. His gaze drifted to Annie, who looked so carefree, sending little sparks of happiness. After the dinner party, they returned home, and Annie insisted that Jack take the dog for a walk before bed. Though he was reluctant, when he came back, his wife was fast asleep, with neatly placed pajamas by the bed, making him feel home warmth for the first time. Next morning, he awoke to an empty bed, smiled, thinking the dream had ended. The baby's cries pulled him back to reality. He knocked, intending to tell Annie of the endless crying. But Annie replied, "You're on baby duty today, and don't forget to drop our son off at daycare." Dealing with the daunting sight in front of him, Jack was utterly clueless about where to start. Luckily, his daughter was there to offer guidance, but Jack's awkward and clumsy behavior made her sense something was amiss. She even believed that this strange man was an alien from outer space who had kidnapped her real father. Yes, indeed. Welcome to the daycare center. Guided by his daughter, Jack sent his son to daycare and prepared to take her to school, but was clueless about next steps. "Annie, where do I go now?" "The daycare, obviously in the daycare van." Why? Because you work there. Your job's at your father-in-law's tire shop, 8 hours a day. His office walls were covered with family photos. He didn't know why he smiled, yet it was pure joy. In 1988, he was bestowed the title of Employee of the Month. Thinking back to that other world, he reminisced about working hard in London. Yet in this parallel universe, Jack hadn't boarded a flight. He stayed behind to marry Annie. He could never comprehend why Head willingly bury his talent here. That night, Jack saw a news report. His $120 merger was handled by his subordinate. Just then, Annie barged in, quickly shutting the curtains, turning off the TV, and cranking up the music. The kids were asleep, leaving rare alone time. Jack saw the once sweet girl had grown up charming. Years later, Annie still radiated elegance and beauty, more mature now. Jack couldn't understand why his wife seemed so sentimental all of a sudden.